I think I was invisible at the beginning of this journey. I don't think I was invisible. I don't think I really knew. I don't think I thought of a little girl. I knew somebody was trapped inside, but I just thought it was my spirit. I was dealing with grown up situations being a little girl. And I
Hmm.
was like, wow. So I think that helped me to know that it was safe to come out. So she could come out. It was safe. It wasn't her fault. She's still coming out.
Sisters, hey, little girl, are you looking for hope in the world that has lied to you about who you really are? Wrong woman, holding in story she needs to tell what God really wants you to do in this world. In His name, hope to break free from the shackles and the lies.
Welcome back to Stacy Speaks Hope. I'm so glad you're here. I'm grateful to have my guest with me. She's excited holding up her book. This is Evangela Williams. She has agreed to share her little girl healing journey. She's a Christ follower, a mother, a wife, and she defines her time at the post office as her ministry. We welcome you, Evangela. Thank you so much for just being present.
Thank you, Dr. Stacy, for having me.
You're welcome. Well, I know you're holding up your book, but I'm just going to ask you about you first. Tell us what you know, what you've learned, what you're learning about your little girl and the healing journey that she's on.
Um, a question that you asked, I looked at this morning and it asked me, what did I think at the beginning of this journey? Um, I think I was invisible at the beginning of this journey. I don't think I was invisible. And we did a 12-week study and it has helped me to come out. It helped me to come out.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
still working on insecurities, but mostly I'm out and I'm happy to be me.
That's
And I
beautiful.
thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. How would you describe what you knew of your little girl before you started this?
I don't think I really knew. I don't think I thought of a little girl. I knew somebody was trapped inside, but I just thought it was my spirit.
And what did you see when you started looking, when you started looking for her? When she came out, you got her to come out of hiding.
I saw energy. Um, I saw life and joy and sugar and spice. Yeah, that's what I saw.
What did you
Good
say to
things
her?
that God made. What did I say to
Say
her?
that part again, because I talked over you, so I'm going to cut myself out.
I just said, and sugar and spice, all the things that God made, good things.
Do you remember what you had to say to her to get her to come out of hiding?
One of the sessions we talked about, I said something about, I don't know, but you told me that I was dealing with grown up situations being a little girl. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh. So I think that helped me to know that it was safe to come out because I wasn't wrong. I wasn't at
Hmm.
fault. It was no more guilt. So she could come out. It was safe. It wasn't her fault.
That's emotional, huh?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when she came out, what do you remember saying to her, or how did you receive her?
Um, I'm still receiving her. She's still coming out. Um, she's fun and funny, but I don't know. I give, maybe I haven't really given her full permission to come out.
Mm.
I see her, but maybe I'm scared for somebody else to see her fully.
If you saw yourself in today's episode, the quiet, the hiding, the feeling that staying small was safer than being seen, it once kept you safe. I get it. But I want you to know today is there's nothing wrong with you, and there never was. A way to get started if you don't know what to do is to take the Little Girl Games Archetype Quiz. Helps you see the things that show up in your adult self that are tied back to the little girl. I guide you through that because I know what it's like. Take the quiz. Remember to be gentle with yourself, love on that little girl, and let her tell the truth and be the one to listen. All right, back to our episode.
So yeah, I'm still working on it.
And it
But
is a
today,
journey.
I'm gonna tell her, you see, it's okay. We can be here. We can be here.
What does she feel like when she comes out, when she's peeking out?
Happy, joy. She wanna sing to the world.
Oh, that's great. Brings tears to my eyes.
Uh, Sunday at my church, we had testimony time. We didn't have a service. And I had wrote down some things, but I wasn't planning on having a testimony. But my
Mhm.
pastor asked me, could I start it? And so I got up and I said it. And I think that I have been suppressing a lot. And
Mm.
I he has some great things to say. It was like poetry. I read it to my daughter and she said, did you Google that? Or I was like, no, I said it. But then I said, it wasn't me, it's Holy Spirit.
Yes,
He's putting his super on my natural, and it was flowing, and it was
love it.
just it's great. And maybe I'm scared to know how great I am inside.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
That fear comes from a belief. The book is called No More Lies. What was the
Right.
lie? Why did you become invisible? What did you believe about yourself that caused the invisibility? Have you identified that yet?
Yes. Um, the lies where I wasn't enough. Um, I'm ugly, I'm skinny, just those two things, ugly and skinny, all my life. So I guess
Mm.
I would even hide behind my husband sometimes. Like if I get dressed and we go somewhere, and if somebody starts saying, "Oh, you look good," I would start hiding behind him. How you gonna hide and be a grown woman and have a husband and be scared to be seen? That's sad.
It is. But what we learn and what we see is that that little girl and her beliefs are so strong that she shapes the woman that we are and the way we show up. Now that
Yeah.
you're aware of those patterns and aware that that little girl's first instinct is to hide, how do you, what does she need to hear? How do you
It's,
continue to encourage her to say,
um, I'm sorry.
no, it's okay.
Um,
You got it. You
you
got what
know,
I meant.
in our class, how you gave us scriptures and you told us to do that mirror thing. I brought a mirror out here so I can look. I've always liked all of the fairy tales, all the stories, and mirror, mirror on the wall. So I have been practicing that more. I've been looking at myself, but not just looking at myself, looking myself in the eye and telling me something that you are enough, that you are the star.
Look how you light up when you say that.
So just practicing that, pray. But then I just bring it back down. I need to give myself permission to be okay with me
Yeah.
because God, the creator, created me. So if he gives me permission, and that's a verse that I got on a shirt and I spoke about that. I think it's Psalms 118, verse 6. It says, if God is for me, why should I fear man? Why I'm not listening? Listen.
Gotta
Yeah, I'm
keep saying
listening.
it until it sinks in, until it tears down. We cancel those lies with the truth of God's word.
Right.
Evangela, you are enough. You can stay a star. You don't have to turn that light off and on.
Right.
Don't be afraid of your own light. Yeah, it's bright. Put on some shades. It's okay.
You're
You get
right.
to do that. What other scriptures or active routines? What do you have you practiced? You mentioned the mirror activity. Tell our audience more about that because that's kind of an inside joke if we don't tell them.
Um, I don't you maybe in the book in some of the workbooks is telling us to write down truth against the lies and then take the truths and go to the mirror and tell myself that um but you are a chosen generation. I am a royal priesthood. I love those words that's in the Bible. The royalty, the priesthood. I am somebody. Just, just keep practicing. I don't practice it every day, but sometimes I do pass by the mirror and be like, wait a minute, there you go. Just so me and my sisters in your class, we all we all are working on that.
That's beautiful. And it's an ongoing process.
Yeah,
This is why it's called a journey. It's not a sprint. It's probably longer than a marathon because it's life. The more you look at, the more you see, the more God shows you, the more you're ready to see the next thing.
yeah.
Because whatever that story was, tell us about your little girl. How far back when you started learning who she was? How far back? How old was she? How much can you remember about her? When did you start thinking and seeing her?
Do you mean how when did she get broken or how far back do I just remember
All of the
me?
above, the
Um,
before and the after,
I
if
think
you have
one of the questions you asked is what do you first remember about yourself? And I know that whoever knows that I love to eat. I love to eat and dance. My mama,
that.
my aunties, all of them be like, Benji, we know you hungry. But and my family is from the South. And I think that I was entertainment to them. Like
Mm.
being so little, eating all the food, that was fun to them. And then dancing, that 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 made me happy. Um, my mom wasn't married. I probably didn't meet my dad until I was 8, and that's funny because how you gonna meet your dad? And he wasn't what I wanted or imagined.
Mm.
And I had a stepdad at the time, and I was like, "Oh, I'm cool. I'll just keep him." And I had a stepbrother, and I think that was the first time that I really got not a stepbrother, but my stepdad had we had a baby, we had a son. My mom, my stepbrother. Um, I think I just got tied to him. But that was my first heartbreak.
Mm.
When my mom left my stepdad.
Okay.
And then I think it was just downhill from then. But my grandmother or parents, people would say, stop looking like that. You don't want to be looking like that. You want to look like they had a lady that they compared me to. The
Mm.
lady's mouth was big and they was like, stop sticking your mouth out. And I don't, when somebody tells you something, I will live up to it.
Okay.
Because one of my aunts said that I was a thug. And I've been living my life as a thug, the best thug I could be.
Wow.
Um,
So
so
they said,
we
don't,
have
you
to,
did it.
yeah,
Okay.
rebellious. Um, Jeez, I've been so I stopped living with my mom when I was 12 and I was an in-house orphan. I lived with my grandmother, aunts, they passed me around. And I don't know exactly when I went inside myself, but I used to daydream of
Mm.
life better, my own family, my a mother and a father. And so maybe it would be with my aunt that I was living with at the time.
Okay.
But in reality, I would feel like I was what is the word? A disruption. I
Mm.
didn't need to be there. I was yeah, and I probably was making it like that too,
Mm.
with the hurt,
Yeah.
the being inside, not participating, and yeah, it was a lot. It's been a lot being inside, creating my own world.
Wow.
So now with the little girls, the book, The No More Lies, I had started the process of loving myself before that.
Mhm.
Um, when I kept praying that God would show me that He loved me, show Benji, dummy it down so I can understand. And so when He showed me that He loved me, that let me start taking those mountains down to molehills.
Yes.
My mama being the first one, it she was suffocating me. And
Mm.
then I said I wasn't going to rush into no goals, or I was just going to let God gently lead me out of the darkness.
Ooh, that's
And
good.
you are one of the stepping stones that helped me to come out. I am still coming out. It's still being a process, but I am so much better than I used to be. I am I'm free. I'm getting freer and freer. And I do want to help other people. When I spoke Sunday and I told them, I said something about the dirt came to suffocate me and choke me out. But really, I was germinating. And now that I am out, it's like pollen falling off of me. And that helps other people to be free too.
Ooh.
And as we were talking, I was seeing that people were speaking up because of me, because I have the courage to say how you feel. And
That's it.
um, another thing that I didn't like was Harriet Tubman. I used to think that she was an ugly lady, but as I got older, probably just now, I was like, she was beautiful. Black people are beautiful, and she did a courageous thing. She helped lead people out of the darkness to the light.
Yes.
And so now I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to help
I
people
love
come
it.
out of the darkness.
I love that. And you're going to do it because the words that God is releasing in you out of and for the purpose of your heart's desire is to help other people. This is not to bring accolades and attention and glory to yourself, but that God be glorified.
Right,
And through the truth, he shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free.
right,
The freedom that comes is contagious.
right,
And I got that visual of the flower coming up and then the pollen going off. It scatters into the air.
Yes.
And as far as the wind of the Holy Spirit will carry it. So you just got to sit and just relish in that for a moment and how beautiful that is and how different that is. Look at the transformation from being invisible to now pollinating and germinating everyone and everything around you
Right.
because you had the courage, because you surrendered your way of thinking, your old beliefs that were not true. And you came out of this world that you created that insulated you from even being able to receive God's love.
Right.
Congratulations. That's something to celebrate.
Right.
And that's a role model that you can become. So for our listeners, what would you say to the woman that is invisible or believed like you believe? What would you say to get her started? Because you started before this, but then this added to it. What would you tell her? What do you think she needs to hear?
That it's okay to love yourself. It's okay to love yourself because we are wonderfully and fearfully made in God. We are his creation. God didn't create nothing bad. So whoever said that we are not enough, you don't do it right, all of those bad things, it was the enemy using them to block our light. Um, as a kid, I liked that song, This Little Light of Mine, or Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is my favorite. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, everybody, every woman. We had those things where it said sugar and spice and everything nice. We can get back to, we can get aligned so that we can be the best version of ourselves, so that we can do all that we were created to do. Because in that darkness, we are not doing, we're just functioning. And we weren't created to function, we were created to thrive.
Yes. Go ahead.
We were,
Keep going.
we were,
Don't hold it
we
back.
were
I see you.
Sunday. I was just, I know that we don't, I don't believe in fairies or nothing, but like, what's her name? The little from Peter
Tinkerbell.
Pan. Yes. I'm like, her. Everybody get a dap. Everybody get a dap. Wake up. Wake up, men and women.
Yeah,
Because men have little broken boys too. And
absolutely.
I want to help whoever God puts in my path.
I love that.
I'm going to keep helping me, but I'm going to keep growing, and I don't even know how big I'm going to be.
Yeah. I don't
Don't
either.
be scared.
Don't be scared. Don't be
Just do
scared.
it. Don't be scared.
That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. How would you say, or what have you noticed how your journey and where you are is affecting those around you in your own life? What have you noticed?
Um, People talking about, do you see how she changed?
Really?
My kids, my husband, my friends, they made me know that the work that I've been doing has changed me.
Have they been specific about what was different about you?
That some of my pictures that I've taken, my kids, they've said, you look joyful. Somebody said, you have a youthfulness about you. Um, I've always, well, I used to look young, but now they're saying that I'm youthful. I like that. So yeah, because the heaviness will bring you down and when you are free, you can't help but everything is lifted up.
Yes.
I be lifted up. Yeah.
I see you still filtering. You trying to you want to bust out. I see you. You ain't got to be cute. Whatever the Holy Spirit's saying to do, just let it
Do
flow.
it.
Just do it. There's nothing
Thank
wrong in it. You're not wrong. And that little girl, she's that the little lies that the little girl heard still show up. Don't be too much.
you. Right.
You're doing too much, Evangela. You're doing too much, Evangie. No, I'm doing enough. But wait, and there's more.
Right. That's how I be feeling, Dr. Staci. Like, you doing too much. Why am I doing too much? Because I'm happy. Why
Right.
you want to kill my joy?
That
It's
part.
been suffocated so long, I don't even really know. That's joy? Why I can't have that? Why I can't show? Why I can't? We all should
Right.
be happy. We should
Yeah,
all be singing and shouting. We should all be
absolutely.
choir all day long.
Absolutely. I love this. So, ladies, if you're watching, men, if you're watching, this joy is not just for women. I always say this message is for men and for women. God has shown me this message for men. I speak about what I speak about because I was raised as a woman. And I know there are very specific things women hear. But the
Right.
end of the day, the joy, the freedom that Evangela has spoken about is available by going back to love on our little boy, our little girl. What do they need to hear? What story, what lie, what treatment needs to be offset by the truth? God made us and his creation in his form, in his image, his spiritual image, that we can bring joy to the world
Yes.
through the light that he shines through us. This little light of mine is the joy of the Lord. You got me going now.
It's okay.
And
It's
that's
okay.
and it's contagious. That's the whole point.
That pollen.
That pollen. For me, it's the spark. I'm a fire starter. I've been told I'm a fire starter. It's very small, but when it hits, the flowers
It
bloom and
flames
the fire
everything.
burns. It changes everything in its path.
Yeah.
So, ladies, continue to follow this journey. If you have heard something today that has pricked your heart, that has sparked your joy, put joy in the comments to hear what your patterns might be. Take the little girl quiz because it shows some things that were great that served you when you were a little girl that you had to do to survive. Evangela had to hide when it was necessary. She had to feel that she could fit into all the different homes of the family members she lived in. Being invisible helped her offset the feeling of being a disruption. She was taken care of, but her presence she felt was a disruption. And so being small, go ahead.
I was just narrating to what you said. Why? That
When you
was the
understand
enemy
why,
lying
then
to
you
me.
know go ahead.
That was just the enemy lying to me. Nobody, you was who you were. Just
Did
because the
anybody
other
tell you
kids
that?
was, maybe I might have heard something. I did hear a cousin say, you need to go back home.
Mm,
Maybe just because they weren't being the best that they could be.
absolutely. They took it out on you.
Yeah. But I was mean too. I was
Well,
mean because I was hurt.
right.
I was broken.
Yeah.
But now that I'm not hurt and broken, I'm sweet. The sweetest person I know. I have so much grace. Anyway, as
No,
you were
that's
saying, Dr. Staci.
no, that's exactly it. What you're saying is what we want to hear. What you're saying, you're the guest here today. your story, the transformation that you were, and the way it showed up, because that little girl knew, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to be mean. I'm going to push you, punch you, keep you away from me, because the people that were close to me hurt me.
Right.
How could
Right.
you know any different? You were a little girl. So you equated that with being close to me gives you access to hurt me. And I don't want to be hurt. So you need to back up off me. Right?
Right. Right. Right.
And how old were you? Less than 8?
Yeah.
Up to 12? And then that feeling of always being unwanted, extra.
Who did not want this?
That's right. They did not know what they were missing. What a beautiful
Right.
soul. The smile, the joy, the light that you bring when you walk into a room. And
Yes.
even in the battle that I've watched you go through of, and we've seen it. You shine and then you, oh, that's too much. Let me shrink back.
Right.
It still
Oh,
happens. That little girl still needs to hear. And one thing I remember hearing you say, how did you learn to talk to your little girl? What did you say to her? You remember when we were doing our workshop? What does she need to hear from you?
it's okay. Is that what I said?
How did you talk to her? There was a certain thing you said. Maybe you don't remember.
I don't remember Dr. Stacy.
I
Um,
remember you saying your little girl needed to hear sweet things.
oh yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
to her like in a nice
Oh,
way.
yeah. 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 It's hard for me to say sweet, nice things now. It's hard for my mouth to form baby and I love you and mama, but I'm learning. Yeah, I need somebody to say those things. I told my husband that I am supposed to be special, and he said, "Hi, special wife." That made me so happy
Oh,
inside. Now I'm like, that's my name, special wife.
that's
Special,
amazing.
yeah, right. Because I try to be sweet to everybody. I try to respect my elders, help with any and everything I can. I try to be the Jesus that people see here on earth. I try to let him use me so that I can be what people don't have here.
Amen.
So yeah, I need somebody to say sweet things to me so it can help me to be the best that I can be. But maybe I need to say more of those things to myself. And I
Well,
have, I have,
yes.
I have. Um, I be hearing people say that keep smiling. I love that smile. And I was looking one day and I was like, my smile is nice. I do like that. I used to never really smile. I used to practice mugging. That makes you ugly, mugging. But you want to be ugly to keep people off of you. But now
Exactly.
I like smiling. That's pretty.
And it makes people want to get to come close and get to know
Right,
you
right.
for sure. And this is just another connection that learning about your little girl and what she needs gave you the words to say to your husband. He was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
willing, but when you said, I need to
Right.
know that I'm special, right away, what was his response? Hey, special wife. And look at that, even just hearing it, not even from him,
Right,
lights you up. So that's another part
right.
of this healing journey, ladies. We Nobody knows what we need if we don't know ourselves. And as we learn ourselves and we have the courage and the freedom to ask for it, now we're
Yeah,
talking. To
yeah.
have the life that you want, to give yourself
Because
what you
now
need.
now I have a voice because I didn't have a voice. And
There
my
it is.
voice is little, but I've been making it work. I've been putting some bass in it and I say how I feel with love. I don't like that. That makes me feel whatever, not just holding it in. And that makes things better because people don't know if you don't tell them.
Absolutely. And they may not even be trying to hurt you.
Right.
I always talk about it's like a scab, right? If you have a scab and somebody bumps it, the scab comes off and it bleeds again. But if the scab was covered up and nobody knew it was there, they didn't even mean to hurt you.
Right. Right. Communication is the key.
Yep. And the first conversation, the hardest conversation you have to have first is with yourself so that you can ask the Lord to help you. That's a line in the book.
Mhm.
Have that courageous conversation. Look yourself in the mirror. Look into your heart. What hurts? Why does that hurt you? Why are you angry?
Yeah.
I had to ask myself, why am I angry? That's how I started my journey. At 52, I had to find out my anger came to from when I was 7. And that was a long, long time, many, many years of carrying that in the same type of way, getting to like, okay, back up off me. Don't hurt me. Don't get close. I'm not going to allow you in. So as you have shed that and you continue to share the things that you've written, the things that you say, just to say, I have boundaries. That's it. I'm so proud of you. I continue to pray for your journey. Thank you for sharing today. There's so much that you've brought for people to think about how it shows up in your life, in your as a wife, as a mother, probably with your own mother. How has
Yeah.
that changed? Okay. Have you been
I
able to
think
be different with her?
um I think that I've always been the role model
Hmm.
to her,
Mm.
but and so when she couldn't handle it no more, that's when she let me go. But now I've been saying stuff to her, but within love, and she's like, I know she's standoffish, but she's still responding, but she's dealing with it. But I've been praying for her because God can change anybody. And I used to think that she was always going to stay the way she is. But now I know that she can change too.
Yeah.
The first thing I had to think about was my mother is a human being. Once
Mm.
I realized that, that was the breaking point. I know that I said I would never make that terrible mistake, but we all make mistakes. And
Yeah.
once I realized that she's a human, she made a mistake, I could forgive her. I'm not rushing behind her trying to have a relationship, but I honor
Okay.
her, I respect her, and I pray for her. I think the change in me has shown my kids that it's okay for them to be open and honest with me. Because I think I was unapproachable, and now I used to think that they didn't love me,
Mm.
but now they've been saying they love me so many times in the last 6 months.
Wow.
I'm happy that we are coming together. We are all coming together. God works everything together for all our good.
Yes.
We don't know what has to work together. He got to put all of the things that, what, I like the Joker on that movie when he's doing that, dancing to his own music. He is the orchestrator, God and me,
Yes.
orchestrate my own thing. And I'm
Because
just
you're
happy
seeking
that
after God.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm just happy that I'm more approachable and we can, because I have things to teach them. We can learn this together.
Hmm. That's good, Evangela. So you are healing your family in forward and to your legacy, the
Yes,
generations ahead of you and the generations behind you. So
yes,
God bless you. That's incredible. And I know the journey will continue, that there's more to come. You are welcome to come back as the story unfolds. After you
Yes,
write
yes.
your book or whatever it is that God guides you to do. It has been a blessing to be here with you today. Again, if you're watching and this pricks your heart, it's time to jump in, give that little girl the sweet love that she needs to find out what hurts her and will make her feel safe to come out. Because little girls just want to come out and play. Little boys just want to come out and play. When they're safe, they can do that without having to protect themselves and keep people away from them. Thank you for tuning in and be blessed.
Thank you for watching Staci Speaks Hope. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. To schedule a free coaching call, the link is in the description.
Grown woman, holding in story she needs to tell what God really wants you to do in this world. In His name, hope to break free from the shackles and the lies that have become your truth and put blinders on your eyes. You built walls around your heart. You have plugged up your ears. Get freedom to hope's what you need. It's in reach. Wipe your tears, little girl.